Okay.
We just want to get back into kind of. I found one in my desktop.
We're recording.
200? Yeah.
We're recording.
We're streaming right now.
Good afternoon. This is the Land Bank Committee meeting called to order on March 18th, 2024. It is approximately 2 o'clock, and we will first go through the attendance or call the roll, please.
Colleen Gilson.
Here.
Stuart Hastings.
Here.
Jared Oliver.
Here.
John Orzak.
Here.
Steve Pajali.
Steve did ask to be excused today, so he will not be joining us. Okay, the first item of business, as normal, is the review of the minutes from the last meeting, which was January 16th, 2024. If it's necessary to review them, we can. Otherwise, we'd ask for an approval.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from January 16, 2024.
I'll second.
Okay, and no discussion then. We will call the roll then on the minutes.
John Orzak.
Yes.
Jared Oliver.
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Colleen Gilson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We do have 4 items of business today. There's no old business, but we do have 4 items of new business, and it's kind of exciting. The first one is Rebecca Skurnak and Daniel Martinez. They are requesting 2 vacant parcels on Market Street. They're on the 1100 block. And here's the report here. Erie County parcels 59-00185.000 and 59-00186.000. They do propose to build a 2-story residential dwelling, and they do plan to occupy this dwelling when it's complete. They'll be moving from Sandusky, or to Sandusky from Huron, so they will own or occupy the home. The city acquired both parcels through tax foreclosure in 2018, and in 2010, a fire-damaged structure was demolished, leaving the property non-productive. Neither parcel has received any request, and assuming it's because there are 2 parcels there and one is not as deep as the other, they're just not conforming parcels. If this request is approved, we would request that they combine these parcels before construction begins. Parcel information, the first parcel is the 59-00185. Though the dimensions on that one is 33 by 66, and that one is zoned RRB, which is roadside business, residential. Parcel 2 is 59-00186. Dimensions are 27 by 132, so that one goes back a little bit further. Also zoned residential roadside business. And while the zoning code for most of the area is residential roadside business, which would allow for certain ventures, the street is lined with all residential structures. In 2022, a single-family residential structure was developed just a block away at West Market Street and McDonough. Wayne Homes has provided the applicants with a building plan that would conform to these lots. They do plan to construct a 46 by 36 single-family home that will comply with all zoning requirements. And at this time, our planning department has approved through the zoning code. They've approved this structure. However, they are proposing to have a front concrete slab or parking area, which is going to go for variance. So we can get this approval and just wait for the variance approval. I did confer with the applicant, and she said they're going to go through with the project whether the variance is approved or not. They just won't have that concrete parking area. They'd have to reconfigure a little bit. Let's see. I did picture the front and rear elevations here. The recommended purchase price for the parcels would be $1,700 plus closing cost. This is in line with purchasing a buildable lot for $15,000 and a side lot expansion for $200. Once the property transfers, the city will be relieved of maintenance on the property. Let's see, we would condition the sale upon approval, by this committee here, approvals from outside boards and commissions, so that would be that variance approval and any other approvals that might be necessary. Approval from city commission, combinations of the lots, and a fully executed purchase and sale agreement with any further conditions. So at this time, we can discuss the project, or it's recommended to either approve or deny the application as submitted.
I'll make a motion to approve the application as submitted, and then I'll have some comments after we have some conversation. Someone seconds it.
I'll second it.
Okay?
So I just want to make sure that the combination takes place, and secondarily, there's a minimum requirement on the properties to be owner-occupied, and is that 5 years?
We don't really say it in the purchase agreement, but we can make a condition and start doing that regularly.
Well, which ones do we do that for, the rehab houses? There was something in some of them.
That's through the Housing Development and Beautification Program for Purchase Assistance. We require them to own it, owner-occupy it for so many years.
So I would also add, or say that the house that you referenced in here before is beautiful on that corner. I drove past there not too long ago and was like, I wish somebody would put a house here. So I fully support this and going through the proper channels to get that home built there.
You want to put something in the purchase agreement about the owner occupy or not?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just knew that there was something in one of the things. I just want to make sure that so I'm good.
Any further discussion? Okay, we can call a roll then on the motion.
Stuart Hastings,
Yes.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson.
Yes. Super. This one will be going through sooner than the rest of these, I think. So you'll hear my explanation on that right now. So the next two applications are very similar. They are two identical lots on 3rd Street. They're just one parcel away from each other, so they're almost next door to each other. And they do plan on doing the same, but just modest differences for personal taste as far as the construction. So we don't have a final building plan for these guys, but they would request that I put this through before the May meeting so that we can get city commission approval should we get a building plan that's approved. So the first one is Kimberly Keefe. She is requesting to purchase a vacant parcel of land on 3rd Street. It's on the 1900 block, and I think it was formerly 1941 3rd Street. Erie County parcel 03575.000. And then her friend, like I said, it's basically next door to each other with a parcel in between, is Karen Planchin. She's a good friend of this Kimberly, and she is actually coming from Denver, Colorado to live here. So her build will not probably go as soon as Kimberly's, but I wanted to present it in case she did submit something a little bit more final. She's requesting to purchase the parcel of land that was formerly known as 1935, and it's Erie County parcel number 57-19888.000. And the purpose for each of these girls are to construct a similar floor plan, which will be 2 stories. It will be residential and owner-occupied. The garage will be the bottom floor, and a 3-bedroom, 2-bath residential living area will be upstairs. The structure dimensions, right now they know, will be 28 feet by 60 feet. So per our zoning code, we do know that that structure would fit there, but I did tell them that I would not take this to City Commission until we saw something final. Both applicants will be afforded the opportunity to own or occupy their property as their permanent and full-time residence, placing it back into tax-producing status. As far as the parcel information, the city acquired both parcels in 2013 through tax foreclosure. So we have been maintaining both of those parcels for about 10 years. Zoning is R140, single-family residential, and the lot size for each is 40 by 135. They did provide just a sketch of a 28 by 60 building, but of course, the inside, their taste might be a little different, which would be their living area and outside features. At this time, it's requested the Land Bank Committee either recommend a purchase and sale agreement go to City Commission when everything is approved, or deny this and take it to a different meeting for the parcels 57-01988.000 and 57-03575.000 on 3rd Street based on the information provided. Conditions that would follow this application would be approval from the Land Bank Committee, approval from all outside boards and commissions, and approval from City Commission, and then the fully executed purchase and sale agreement with any conditions we would put in there. And that's all I have on those two.
I'll start. I want to suggest that we take them separately. So I will move for the approval of the sale of permanent parcel number 5703575.000, formerly 1941 3rd Street, to Kimberly Keefe with the condition that building plans do be submitted and all necessary approvals also begin underway before a fully executed purchase and sale agreement goes to City Commission for approval.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion on the formerly 1941 3rd Street parcel application? Okay. I'll go ahead and call a roll then on the motion.
Colleen Gilson,
Yes.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Okay. And then, I'm not sure if anybody wants to move on the other parcel, the 1935 3rd Street.
I'll go ahead and move that. I move for the approval of the sale of 57-01988.000, formerly 1935 3rd Street, to Karen Planchin with the necessary plans submitted and approvals of outside boards and commissions before a fully executed purchase and sale agreement goes to City Commission.
Second.
Any discussion on this property before we call? Okay.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson,
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Okay. And then we do have one last, and it's another one for new construction. Theo Kameen, he did talk to me over the phone. He states that he is a developer in Florida, but his permanent residence is in Lakewood, Ohio. And he requests to purchase the vacant land, land bank land, that is 411 Meg Street. And it's identified as Erie County parcel number 56-00228.000. And the proposal is to construct an approximate 26 by 51 foot residential structure that will be owner occupied. It will be 2 stories and single family with approximately 2,484 square feet of living space. The planning staff found no issue with the actual living structure. However, they did propose a few different structures or features. They requested a couple other buildings and a pool. But as far as this living structure, it does meet our zoning requirements. So that's what this basis is going to be on, because they will not be able to build anything else without the other approvals. Let's see. The project will afford Theo and his family to move from to Sandusky from Lakewood, putting the property back into tax-producing status. And a little bit about this lot. It's an odd-shaped lot. The city acquired the parcel back in 2014 through tax foreclosure, and has been maintaining the lot from that time. It is zoned R2F, two-family residential, and it is within our transient rental overlay district. For this reason, I probably would recommend a special condition on this property, that it would not be rented, or it would be owner-occupied for a certain number of years, since it is within this overlay district. It is oddly shaped, as I mentioned. One part of the parcel is 37 by 198, so it goes back pretty far. The other portion of the parcel is 29 by 66. The recommendation or recommended purchase price would be $1,500, which is in line with our current pricing structure for a buildable lot. Once this property transfers, the city would be relieved of maintaining this parcel. The usual, by returning this non-productive land into tax-producing status, the taxing districts will begin collecting real estate taxes once the structure is built. By right, the homeowner will be allowed to apply for the 75% tax abatement for 10 years. And that's really on all of those properties. I'm sorry, I don't think I mentioned that. Conditions on this parcel would be the approval from this body of committee, approvals from outside boards and commissions, approval from City Commission, a fully executed purchase and sale agreement with any conditions within, and number 5 is, optional but not eligible for short-term rental. And that's really all I have for information on this one. So, it's requested that either approval or denial of the application for parcel number 56-00228.000. And then final say will come before the city commissioners. But again, until approvals are met for the residential structure, we won't make a purchase and sale agreement to city commission until then. So.
The one condition I have a question on says no short-term rental for a number of years. Do we have a number of years in mind?
No. I'm just throwing it out there because I don't think that we've had those conditions before, but the transient rental overlay district is fairly new. We haven't sold any property on it yet.
So other properties in that transient rental overlay district can rent right now, is that correct?
They certainly can, yeah.
And do you know why we want to put a special condition on this property?
I think we incentivize these parcels to try to sell them to people that will owner occupy them, and not for an investor to come in and do what they do. Not that that's a bad thing.
Sure.
But, these parcels particularly, we'd like to see owner occupancy.
Do you have a recommendation for the number of years the prohibition should be?
The person says that it's going to be his residence. I just was doing that cautionary, so I don't know if it would be a 3 or a 5.
For clarity's sake, what do we require now in terms of, for the Housing Development and Beautification Grant?
That was a 3-year.
3-year.
Yeah, we just put that in this year for 3-year.
I'll make a motion to approve the sale of this lot, 56-00228.000-411 Meg Street, to Theo Kameen for the construction of a single-family home. The sale would be approved when necessary. Approvals are obtained from outside boards and commissions, that a fully executed purchase and sale agreement with conditions therein is executed, and that the property not be rented for short-term rental for a period of 5 years.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on this property or what they're going to do with it? Okay, we can call the roll then on the motion.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Stuart Hastings,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson,
Yes.
Jared Oliver.
Yes.
Okay, well, that is all that I have. We're still meeting every other month. If that works for everybody, our next meeting will be May 20th, 2024. Usually just for remembering, it's the third Monday of the month at 2 o'clock. If there's nothing else, I'll ask for a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.